Okay, setting up MyFitnessPal is pretty straightforward, but I'm going to do a little walkthrough so that you can familiarize yourself with it and make the most out of it. So if you don't have a profile, you can sign up here. And if you already have one, then go ahead and log in. Once you've created your profile and you are logged in, the next thing we're going to do is look for the Fuel Training Club group. This is where we are going to post challenges, answer your questions, and then also we will have Corinne Shen helping us out as our nutritionist and answering some questions that you may have too. So you'll go to community, and then from community, we want to look into groups. And then from groups, you're going to search for Fuel Training Club Nutrition. Okay, and once you have found that, you are going to join. It's going to prompt you to join because it is a closed group so that we keep only Fuel members in here. But then once you're in and you'll scroll down, you'll see there's a number of discussions that we've posted already. And for any questions regarding calories, fat, protein, carbohydrates, and we'll continue to add on these as we do challenges and people ask questions. The other thing that we'll be using MyFitnessPal is for tracking your body composition. So in order to do that, what we're going to do is create a couple categories, and you can create as many or as little as you'd like. It's also important to note that there's a number of integrations. So I'll have a list for if you use a digital scale that syncs via Wi-Fi that does it automatically, or if you've got a fitness tracker, it can sync information from that, such as steps and weight. And what you'll do is you'll go to check-in, and these aren't loaded ahead of time. You need to add these in. So what we want to do is first have as many as you would like. We are going to recommend that you do waist, hips, sleep, fast duration, body fats, and then we've got a leg, upper thigh, and shoulder circumference. Now, it's not necessary to do all these. At the very least, what we want you guys to have, weight will automatically be in, but we want to look at your waist. And this is an important one because we are going to be using a body fat measurement technique that's actually been recently tested and is going to be used by doctors pretty much throughout North America very soon. That's going to replace the BMI, which was a very inaccurate way to measure body composition overall. Now, of course, we don't have an expensive machine that you'll be able to use, but you can definitely use a body weight scale that gives body fat in order to go in here. If not, we'll be tracking waist and weight. It's important to note too that only you'll be able to see this. And if you don't want to do check-ins, you don't need to do this as well. But to get the most out of it, this will give you a good understanding of some trends. So once we've added some additional measurements, okay, we want to call this, let's say calf, just as an example how we can add it. You'll then see it on here. We can remove them later, but this is how we will end up tracking everything. When you use your mobile device, these will also pop up on the mobile device, so you'll be able to track them. You just have to create them from the desktop app. Once you've got this, you can check in as often as possible. We'll be going from our discussion group. We'll be saying, okay, guys, time for a check-in. The app also prompts you to get your weight and a photo on a weekly basis. Now, again, this is entirely optional, but in my experience, photos for people are the best way to see change. What ends up happening is change happens slowly over time. And you recognize this when you see someone that you haven't seen for a while. They will notice changes far easier than you have noticed in that same period of time. So the photos essentially give you a picture timeline of your progress. It's completely optional, and again, it's only viewable by you, but it is a good way to monitor progress. And then, of course, weight. The other thing that we'll be looking at doing, and for some of the challenges, is going to be tracking food. Now, the tracking portion is actually easier from your mobile device, but you can still do this fairly easily. Now, calories is a very heated debate. We're doing this from a testing perspective. It's not going to be 100% accurate, but if you're accurate in your methods, or I should say consistent in your methods, then we're going to see trends, and that's what's important. So when you add foods, there's a great database in here, and then you'll also be able to add your own. Okay, you'll be able to search through the database, your own foods, your own meals, your recipes. Most people eat the same thing fairly consistently, so this will be easy to add. And then from there, we will add additional how-to videos in the community, in our group, in our Fuel Nutrition group. But this should get you started. We are going to move the check-ins and nutrition exclusively to this platform to create hopefully a more engaging, motivating way for you guys to achieve your body composition goals.